Good morning. My name is Jerry File, and welcome to my website, Fly Fishing Magic. And by now you've read my book, and hopefully in your mind's eye you've been practicing and you've followed the steps in the book concerning getting a straight line with your hand and your wrist. A couple of things I want to talk about first, though, is when you're practicing, you never want to practice casting on gravel, asphalt, or cement. It will literally eat up your line. You'll tear it up, which will make a poor cast. The other thing I want to cover with you first also is how to hold the rod. You always have your thumb on top of the rod, opposite the reel. There's a purpose that to maintain control of the line, your hand has to be in that position. Line control means that as soon as your fly hits the water, you put this line under your forefinger so that if a fish takes your fly, you can raise the rod tip, set the hook, and strip your line in to bring the fish in towards you. The other thing I wanted to remind you is the rod tip. Wherever you point that rod tip, that's where your line is going to go. Because in fly fishing, you're casting the line, not the weight of the bait or a weight. Your line is what takes your fly out to the target. The other thing I wanted to talk about is clock positions in the river or a stream. If you're standing in the river, upriver is the 12 o'clock position. The right bank is 3 o'clock. Behind you, back river, downriver is the 6 o'clock position. The left bank is the 9 o'clock position. The straight line cast is good for the 11, 12, and 1 o'clock positions. The other cast that we'll be talking about later is good for all the other clock positions. Now to get your straight line cast going, you make the perfect J-loop by moving your elbow, your wrist, and the rod tip in a straight line. If you can see that J-loop, you can see that it's a nice, tight, not too tight, but a good J-loop. And then on delivery, you point the rod to your target and you pop your wrist to get the fly out to the target. It's just a microsecond pop of the wrist, lay your line down right on your target. And then immediately put that line under your finger, and as the water is bringing your fly back towards you, you just pull in the slack, don't pull on the line, and bring it up for another cast, lay it down. And the whole thing is, as the line is coming towards you, don't pull the line. The whole object and the secret in fly fishing is to have a drag-free float so that the insect, your fly, has to look like a natural float in the water. It's going to be more attractive to the fish. If they see a fly being dragged, they'll never take it. Okay, the next segment will be on the slackline cast in the next chapter.